Hey guys, I'm in my office today and was doing a little bit of research and kind of contemplating a few things, and I wanted to talk with you guys about basically starting from scratch. Building a portfolio, cryptocurrency portfolio that's going to generate about $100,000 in passive income every year. So if we want to break that down daily, so if you take 100,000, you divide it by 365. Let me shoot this around. That's 273. So 273, maybe round that up, 274. $274 a day in income is what you're going to need to make $100,000 a year in passive income. Of course, there's taxes, there's unforeseen events that may come up that may detract from that. So maybe conservatively you may want to say like 300 or a little bit over that. So so yesterday I did a stream and I was talking about like my top 4 cryptocurrency projects right now to earn $100 a day, and you should have some diversification when you're getting into cryptocurrency. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Now, unfortunately, that was a big mistake I made last year. Unfortunately, I was pretty involved with BitConnect. I was way over invested in the platform, and part of the reasoning for that was I was very close and involved with what was going on, and I had a lot of faith in what was being built with that platform. And when that went away, or at least the lending aspect, that was a huge hit for me, and I think for a lot of other people in the space. And there were a lot of people that were just kind of looking for different ways to make money in cryptocurrency. Because if you're looking at the space as a whole, I would say 95% of the people that are involved in cryptocurrency, like their main objective is to make money. And I think that is that's a big one. The FOMO 3D project that just recently came out as part of like the Proof of Weak Hands project. So I'll just show you guys the website right here. I mean, this is kind of like what they're developing and building. This is a game, and there's different aspects to that. I think that if you're looking at getting in for like the entertainment aspect, there's like there's even some gambling websites on the Ethereum blockchain. So here's some of the casino ones. I'll turn this around. So you have like Oracle, V Dice. So I think I've played the Dice game, a few others. So there's projects that you can get into in cryptocurrency that are like entertainment, but I would say like most people that are trading, most people that are getting into cryptocurrency, like their main objective is to make money. So if you're trying to make money and maybe you don't know a whole lot about cryptocurrency, you're just getting started, and that's typically the case with a lot of people that are new to cryptocurrency. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of scams, and there's been things that, like in the cryptocurrency space, that haven't panned out very well. And it does take some time to research some of these companies to formulate some sort of opinion as to whether you should be putting money in it or not. A lot of people are going to be looking at things different ways. So like there were some comments that came up, like you could instead of maybe getting into some of these passive income platforms that are kind of have this stereotype of being scammy, you could get into just trading, just doing altcoin trading and whatnot. And there's certainly opportunity for that. It doesn't always pan out very well. And I talked a little bit about that in my last few streams, where I mean, when I kind of got started in cryptocurrency, like that's what I was doing. I was doing like arbitrage trading between the different exchanges, and I was actually generating maybe several $100s a day in passive income from just doing arbitrage on the different exchanges. And then I would go to sleep and I'd wake up and the market's completely different. Like maybe it crashed, maybe it boomed. I didn't really have a whole lot of control over that. Like there was times where I had a lot of sleepless nights where like I would wake up in the middle of the night and just be checking to see like, hey, did some of my trades hit? Did some of these go through? So So I've kind of like changed my strategy up a little bit and kind of wanted to share with you guys a little bit of a snapshot of that. So got a lot of hellos on here. Rage Against the Machine, Tony Perkins, Create Results, Quantum got him, Carpace Mike. Yeah. This is something I kind of wanted to go over. Like, this is a snapshot of last year. So a lot of people, maybe they're a little bit upset with kind of what's going on with the cryptocurrency market. Well, this time last year, Bitcoin was $2,800. So it's significantly up from, last year. Ethereum's pretty much double. It was about 341, and Ripple at 26 cents. So those are kind of like the top three, and those have been the top three, for quite a while. That's kind of been the trend. I think this is kind of one that's interesting to note. So I really liked Ethereum Classic. I was kind of into that. I'm kind of into projects that are, maybe a lighter, like less complex version of maybe something that's something that may be looked at as like a complex platform like Ethereum. However, you can see the price right here at like 1936. I just pulled it up. What is it today? It's $15. So, that was one that was, the fifth largest cryptocurrency, just 1 year ago. Had you invested in it and held, and, we're trying to sell it now, you'd be at a loss. So sometimes holding in altcoins, isn't necessarily the best strategy for building wealth in cryptocurrency. Same thing with arbitrage trading. So I've been getting into a few different platforms, and I've been talking a little bit about that. There's a little bit of risk when you get in these platforms. There's a potential that they may not perform as well. They could potentially go away for some unforeseen reason. They may get attacked by governments, regulators, people that don't like what they're doing, maybe competitors. There's many different reasons as to why some of these platforms may or may not be the best ones to get into. And if you're starting from zero and you don't really have a whole lot of experience with cryptocurrency, it can be a little bit daunting. And so I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of a short stream. My battery is kind of low on my phone, so I apologize if the stream cuts out. It's probably because my phone just died. So I can't stay on for too much longer. I'm probably stay on for another 6 or 7 minutes or so, and then but just kind of staying on this topic. I've been approached by a number of different people that I know, or at least I trust their opinion. And they're like, hey, check out this platform. Look at this platform. I'm meeting with someone later today that is introducing me to the CEO of another company that I'm going to be looking into. I'm meeting with someone also today with regards to this platform in China that it's not necessarily a cryptocurrency platform, but that's typically a lot of the money exchanging to kind of get in to the platform is being done through cryptocurrency. It's more of a fiat-based platform, but it's also producing really good returns, and it's been in existence for a long time. So I've been kind of a guinea pig for my audience, for you guys. Like, I'm getting into a lot of these different projects, and not all of them pan out very well. Like, I've lost a lot of money in a lot of different projects. I've also made a ton of money in certain projects. So I'm trying to find, the best projects that I can, kind of offer to you guys, at least through my experiences with getting into some of these different projects. So, like some of the ones that I've been recommending here lately have been doing really well. Like arbitraging is one that I think that if you're getting into right now, you can buy the coin, you can buy the token and hold it. I think that's a good performing coin right now. Like if you're looking at the market, like, let's take a look at, like it's been pretty much like a sideways market. It's kind of typical for like, the middle of the week. But like you can see here, like most everything's kind of in the single digits, like 1%, 0.6%. Like there's really not a whole lot of activity going on here. Now, if we change this to take a look at kind of what's trending right now, we've got, you know, Eternity at you know, 14.6%. Let's change this to Bitcoin, maybe get a little bit of a different picture, but not a whole lot of these coins are doing, you know, substantially well. And some of these coins are very, very new. I mean, they may go up, they may go down in, you know, in the course of like a week or a month or so. And so unfortunately, I can't be tied into my computer to really kind of trade on some of these different, you know, coins. And typically, like, even the ones that are performing well, like if we look at some of their price graphs, like you can see that they're kind of all over the place. Like maybe they were up, maybe they were down. They have different, you know, you're not really seeing like a smooth, you know, kind of like upward trending line where you're making, you know, pretty good returns on an everyday basis. So some of the platforms that are offering that, you know, that can be some of the better investments, in my opinion, to get into, at least right now. Now that of course may change, and cryptocurrency is a very dynamic market. Like if we start to see like Bitcoin like take off and really, you know, kind of start to get back to some of the prices that we were seeing last year, you know, it might be good to kind of pull out and kind of get into some of these other, you know, altcoins that may have the potential to, you know, to go up significantly in value. You know, I got very diversified into a lot of different altcoins earlier this year in January and February, and most of those did not pan out well. Some I made money, but most I didn't. Most I actually lost quite a bit of money. So the ones that I'm trying to kind of recommend, or at least the ones that have been performing well for me. Let me check on the chat a little bit. Check out Smart Ether Miner IO, 2% a day. And typically you kind of hear some of that stuff and it's kind of like, you know, you have to be a little bit careful, like the too good to be trues. You want to kind of take a little bit of look, but some of them, like, you know, it may be worth just throwing a little bit of money, you know, at it. So, yeah, we got Crypto Austin on here. So I was on his live stream earlier this morning. So I think we're going to try to maybe set up a live stream for tomorrow with you guys, so we can do that, and I can, you know, maybe answer questions, and you guys can get a little bit more familiar with Crypto Austin. And I'm also interested in kind of doing the same thing with other YouTubers. Like I kind of started doing that, like, you know, maybe last year. Like I was planning on kind of doing like a weekly thing with Jedi Knight, and unfortunately, like he got really crushed by what happened with BitConnect, and he pretty much is not doing YouTube anymore. But you know, for those of you guys that are, you know, were watching or familiar with the YouTube, the crypto YouTuber space, I mean, Jedi Knight was a very respected person when it came to kind of his take on, you know, different cryptocurrency projects, and he was a big, you know, backer and supporter of BitConnect, and you know, unfortunately that you know, didn't work out all that well. So I hope he comes back. Still have his contact information somewhere, but you know, if there's other YouTubers, like I see Crypto Face on here, I'd be open to doing a stream with Crypto Face, or some of the other YouTubers maybe watching this after the fact. If you guys are open to doing a collab session, I'd be open for that. Maybe you guys have some projects that I may want to take a look at, or take a little bit of a do a little bit more research on. So, how's your Solidity learning going? Slow. Like I haven't gotten into Solidity yet. I still need to kind of do some videos on HTML, Java, C++. It can be difficult sometimes when I'm doing, like, I'm meeting all these different people. I'm kind of you know, maybe I'm doing like collaborative streams. Like I need to find some time to myself, and then of course, like I've got, you know, girls and things also I have to deal with here, like you know, kind of dealing with some of the, you know, there's just a lot of stuff that's kind of going on. So I need to find a little bit of time where I can kind of focus on that, and bring you guys some videos where I can kind of update some of that. But Solidity is one I really want to kind of dive into and really learn quite a bit. And so I'm getting more involved with that. But yeah, if you guys have some questions or some things that you guys want me to kind of explore, feel free to leave some comments in the comment section below, and I'll kind of take a look into that. And hopefully when I have some time, there's probably about like 4 or 5 different platforms that I'm looking to want to get a little bit more into. So, but yeah. What are your best picks for 2018 in terms of the altcoin space? I thought that was kind of an interesting topic. Like me and Crypto Austin were talking about this a little bit, where what are the coins that have the highest potential to be the flipping coins, the coins that perhaps could outpace Bitcoin or even a big one like Ethereum in terms of market capitalization. And EOS and Cardano were 2 of the ones that we were discussing. Let me take a look and see if I can bring this up a little bit. So they're currently in the 5th and 7th position. So in terms of like major altcoin markets, like those are ones that I'm interested in. Perhaps like I was kind of bullish on like Tron for or not, I mean not Tron, but Neo for a little while, and there was a few others. I don't know if I share that kind of same optimism anymore. And kind of going down the list, I'm not as convinced with a lot of these, and that's why like I'm interested in kind of getting into maybe some smaller projects in terms of like the amount of cryptocurrency that are in those platforms. But arbitraging has been going really well. Like if you're looking, we just looking at the market, not a whole lot of coins are way up, but the ones that that I've been kind of getting into, like the the arbitraging platform, I've been doing pretty well on that. Like I bought in at like when I first bought in, it was like 60 cents. Now I mean that is kind of almost doubled. However, I put most of that into the A-bot, so I didn't really realize a lot of those profits had I just held on to the coin. And I think that that's a big one. Like if you guys are looking for, in my opinion, a really good one to kind of get into like right now, it's hard to say how it's going to perform for the 2018, but I think right now a really good one is just to buy ARB tokens. Don't put it in the A-bot and just hold it. And I'm starting to do that. I'm starting to kind of collect ARB tokens, and perhaps putting like a sell wall at a very high price in case we see like a major spike in price. You can kind of realize some of those profits. But in kind of reflection, like I got into arbitraging like I want to say like week and a half ago, I think is what it was. Had I not put those ARB tokens into the platform and just held those coins, I would have doubled. So I would have had, I would have doubled the amount of the money that I had invested in those coins, as opposed to putting it into the A-bot. The A-bot is one that is a little bit more consistent. You can rely on that 1%, a day, roughly average. But there's a lot of opportunity trading ARB coins right now, and I think right now, like as far as 2018, that's been the big trending one. It's kind of been one that a lot of people have been looking at as kind of like a replacement investment platform, as opposed to a lot of the lending platforms that we saw in 2017. And perhaps we will see more platforms like it. There's several others that I'm kind of looking into that are somewhat similar, but maybe not necessarily the same returns. Like one that comes up, like I'm interested in getting into it, but haven't just yet. But is Dropple. It just doesn't have necessarily the same rate of interest, but it would be good for diversification. So that's just an example. There's a few others. What do you think, Holo? Yeah, I bought in. That was the first coin that I bought when I started it back in May, and it was like the #1 in terms of volume at the time on IDEX, the largest decentralized exchange. Currently, it's kind of been trending down, but I like it as kind of like a long-term hold, long-term play. But this is a little bit disconcerting. Like the last 4 days, the volumes have really dropped down, but there was a lot of volume earlier. Like you can see kind of in early May, like this is when I got in, when, you know, the volumes had really taken off. You know, but it's still like, this is all, like this coin just came onto the market, what was that, May 1st? Like I got in, I think, when it first kind of hit the market, like right in this range right here. And it's been kind of moving sideways, but I don't have a whole lot in there, but I think it's got a lot of potential. I have 4x in Dropple in 2 months. I've been hearing about that. Like I've been hearing, you know, some people that have been having a lot of success in that platform, which makes me, you know, want to kind of take a deeper dive. I think probably one of the best ways is just really to, you know, put a little bit in and just kind of experiment with the platform. If it's something you want to put even more in, you know, that can be another one. 0x Bitcoin spiked a lot today. Yeah, that's one I've been also very interested in. I've been watching some YouTubers doing videos on, well, there's zero, so there's I guess there's two. They kind of have that 0x. So there's like 0x Bitcoin. So like I kind of have to look into this a little bit more. Like 0x Bitcoin up 60% today. Smaller market cap. Like you can see the ranking is, well, I guess that's because it's not pulling in the market cap, but taking a look, it's had a pretty big ramp up. So that's a good sign. Where's it being traded? Market Talks, IDX, Ether Delta. So two fairly large decentralized exchanges. And yeah, like those are good ones. 0x, this is, I think this other one, I think it's more, yeah, this one's being traded a lot more. So I need to do a little bit more research on these projects. Like one of the reasons why I'm kind of like interested in like the 0x project is kind of what we were saying on DAP Radar. So like if we kind of come in here on DAP Radar, let's go to number, sort this around. This 0x Bitcoin right here in the fourth position. So yeah, I like the X, kind of been trending down lately, but I like the POS system, like the point of sale. We don't really have a cryptocurrency project that has a really, you know, ramped up point of sale option. So I would love to kind of stay on longer and kind of answer some of your questions and kind of go a little bit more diving into this, but my phone's going to die any minute. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream right here, and feel free to leave some comments or reach out to me. I'm going to be a little bit busy later this afternoon, meeting with 2 different groups of people, and you know, trying to fit in some time with some ladies. But other than that, I'm going to try to also get in and kind of engage with some of you guys with your questions, and you know, kind of give my take on some of these platforms. I mean, I like to try to find people that have, you know, a good, you know, cryptocurrency background, because then it can kind of be both ways. Like